come Eugene Kang, cleared PMP with all above targets. I know, come,
Okay.
you have been waiting for these lines of mine from a long time.
Yes.
Say that. So, journey of every certified PMP is unique, but journey of come is very unique. So, how this is unique? What are all the things? Come, start from when you want to do PMP, all those things, and then those special part. Go ahead, Mike is
Okay.
yours.
All right. So, good evening, everyone, first of all. And thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for mentoring me. I also want to thank God for this opportunity to be here and to be certified. It's been a long while. Well, so last year I decided to do PMP, but for some reason I never had the courage to start. Like each time I just opened the PIN book, the number of pages were overwhelming for me, and I'll just close it. So it took me like 3 months of opening pages and closing every time, opening pages and closing every time. So finally this year I decided I was going to do it. So in around March, I just started watching videos on YouTube, and I came across Amer's video. So I think I watched like 20 video calls, and I was just going through like only through the video calls and the calls on YouTube. I was able to get to know Agile without even opening the Scrum book. I just had a small notebook. Each time he explained something, I'll just write it in this book. I'll just write it in, and I try to see if I'm understanding the concept. So I grew to like or want to do PMP because of the agile concepts, because I found agile and the way he was explaining agile so interesting. So now, back in around, I think that was April, I contacted Mr. Amer to see if I could join his batch 10 because he advertised the batch 10. So the batch 10 started in July. So I attended the batch 10 and we went through the batch 10. Everything went smoothly with all the classmates and everything. It was very formative and very educative because he has unique ways of teaching. So after the batch ended, he started sending us mocks to do and everything. When he finally told me I was ready to write the PMP, deep within me, I knew I was ready. So we worked together, we scheduled a date. Now, the unfortunate thing for me is where I am, I don't have any test center.
Here comes the interesting part. Please come. Go ahead.
So no test center. So the only option I had was to write online. Now I am found I am in South Sudan, so the internet connection is not the best. So I decided to take the risk of writing online. So I scheduled my exam to write on the 10th of August. That was on Tuesday, last Tuesday,
So 4 days
after working
before,
hours.
4 days
Yeah,
before, yeah, everything was set. Now, here
yeah.
come a little twist. I come if I can start. So, come was giving exam in in his office, actually not in home because internet was not good. He did 60 question. He messaged me. I have such a time. Like he did 60 question in 50, 60 minutes. Then after 120 question, I message him. Come, now you go.
So after when I went back in for the second part, I started going and everything was going smoothly and I was just relaxed and just going with the flow of everything. I reached around first around the I think the 90th question. Uh, the Pearson View app just froze for a minute, and I waited for like 2 minutes before it came back online. Now I continued. Around the 110 question, it disconnected again. And all along as I was waiting, I was just praying and I was telling myself, you've got this covered, but internet cannot disappoint you. So it came back on. Now when I reached the 115 question, I was left with like 105 minutes, and I had 65 questions. So I knew, okay, I have enough time. So it's like just taking my time and answering the questions slowly. Around the 115 question, my internet went off again. But I could see my webcam was still recording. It was still showing recording. So I just clicked on the chat button to chat with a proctor. I clicked the first time and they told me to wait. A proctor would come to me. Like 3 minutes, nothing. 4 minutes, nothing. 5 minutes, no proctor. I clicked again. 7 minutes, no proctor. Clicked again. 10 minutes, no proctor came. I think I waited for like 15 minutes and finally no proctor came. Then unfortunately, it's like my internet reconnected and I was just directed to do the survey. I just saw on my screen, your exam has ended. Would you like to do the survey? Then under they said, if you think this was, your exam was interrupted because of a technical fault, you did not complete your exam, you can contact the Pearson View to raise a case. And that was it. So on Tuesday, like my exam just ended in the 115 question and I had ample time behind. So that's when I contacted Mr. Ahmed. I was so distracted. I was so sad and worried. So he told me, calm down, let's raise a case with PMI. That was around 11 p.m. My time. So I worked with Mr. Ahmed. We raised a case with PMI. They told us to contact Pearson View. Now we contacted Pearson View. And we did everything with Pearson View. They recorded the case. And we made sure to get the case number. And now when I got the case number, I went back to PMI. I just told them, okay, this is my case number, and this is what happened. This is what happened. Please, can you kindly follow up? So they told me they'll follow up and get back to me in like 2 to 4 working days. So I went back home, and man, it was like the most difficult night I had. Like trying to sleep was the hardest thing I ever did. Because I knew the exam was within reach. My time was like I had ample time to complete. So I was so sad that night. But I got up the next morning, I decided to keep going. So we waited for Pearson View to contact me on Wednesday, no contact. On Thursday evening, I think I got a message from Pearson View telling me they have looked into my issue and they have forwarded it to PMI. And hopefully they are waiting for PMI to reschedule my exam. So the good thing was they rescheduled my exam with no cost. But now I knew I had to start back from the first question right up to the 180th question. So man, that was like going under the knife 2 times, like being operated on the same part twice. So it was so difficult. Then I decided to take a mock. I think I decided to take a mock, and Mr. Ahmed told me, don't take a mock if I don't ask you to take a mock. So I said, okay, let me just be going through my notes and revising, trying to brush up on the few ideas I had that were conflicting. Now on Friday, they told me I can schedule. Sorry, on Thursday night, they told me I can schedule my exam. So Mr. Ahmed told me that same night at around midnight, my time, can you take 60 questions, random mock? So I did take 60 questions and my scores.
What was your result? What was your result?
That night, I think I had 90%.
90% in Pepcast. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next day?
So the next day, I decided, let me not take any mock. Let me just try to do like revise the root cause I've been doing in an Excel sheet. So revise and try to go over, then revise my notes and anything that I had that was like bugging in my mind, try to brush that up. So I did that. And as I was doing, now PMI told me you can schedule your exam. That was around 2 p.m. So I talked with Mr. Ahmed. He told me, can you schedule to write on Friday. I said no, I cannot, because the
Why,
previous
why,
night I did not
why
rest
I
well.
said so? So let me explain. Kam was in so much tension, in so much tension. I remember when we were connecting to Pearson and PMI, I saw that Kam is fond of listening music. So we started playing music and both of us started dancing to release that tension. Because that time, guys, waiting is the very critical. It's very difficult to do and Come was doing that. I want to end it. I knew Come can clear PMP exam at any time. At any time he cleared. And today he did it. Okay, Come. After that,
So after that, I scheduled my exam for Friday, Saturday, that's this morning, 10 p.m. So before doing that, I just went to my IT guy and I asked, hey, bro, please make sure the internet is good, the speed is good. He told me, no worries. He has upgraded the internet, so it will be good. So this morning, I went to him, we connected the internet, we tested the speed was okay. I started taking the questions. The first questions were within reach. I was going. Still again, when I reached question 35, they sent me a message. Pearson View guys sent me a message. We cannot see your video feed. Can you disconnect and connect back again? So they directed me how to like turn off my machine. They told me turn off your machine and restart the app. So I did that. I restarted the app in like 3 minutes. I was good to go. I continued. I think in the first section, I was interrupted like 3 times, telling me my speed is not good. I should check my speed. My video feed is not coming on. I should check. So as I was going through the exam, the internet was just at the back of my mind, and I was just praying every time, please don't disappoint. Please don't disappoint. Just be a good guy and let's finish this. So I think I finished the first section in like 70 minutes. Then I left. When I took my 10 minutes break, I just strolled around. On coming back, I was left with like 3 minutes for the break. I saw again that they sent me a message. We cannot see your video feed. Please, can you check your internet? Restart the app. Luckily enough, that was during the break. So I restarted the app and I was good to go. Now the second section, I think the second section, I did the second section in like 15 minutes. Because the second section, by the way, my exam was more predictive than agile. So the second section was really, really predictive
wait. Your exam was more productive than agile, right?
than agile. Yes.
Okay, okay.
I I think I had like 40% predictive, maybe 30% hybrid, then 30% agile.
So that hybrid actually comes into agile also, no? Productive and you can say what of your agile. So
Yeah.
70% still is 60% is still that. Or you can say what PMI says 50-50, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So how the exam
So
was structured? Yes, go ahead, please.
so the second section again, I still got the internet issues, and the third section, I still got internet issues like twice. But thank God I was able to complete my exam and on time.
Okay. So
Yeah.
after that,
So anyway, when I reached the 180th question, I think I was still left for like 55 minutes. And I just said, let me go back and try to review. I had like 3 unanswered questions. So I went back, I reviewed the questions, I tried to analyze, I answered. Finally, like I was left with like 45 minutes, and I just decided, okay, that is it. Let me just send whatever happens, happens. So I just clicked and I got a message, congratulations from your PM and blah 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 and all that. And I was so happy. Like it was like a load had been lifted off my head because of the internet issues and everything. So it's been a really stressful few days,
So
I can
come
say.
lesson learned for everyone. If you can give exam in center, give exam in center. So that all these internet issues goes with PMI.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, come internet came back and he was able to connect again, but the proctor didn't came. If he was unable to log in, then the case would have been on him and he would have to pay. So luckily, we were lucky enough. We take proactive action. And I remember when come call Pearson, they were not giving case number. He specifically said, "Can you please give me case number?" So then they gave the case number and then resolved. But come, let's talk about the exam. How many drag and drop
Okay.
questions?
I think I had the 2 drag and drop questions,
Okay.
either 2 or 3 drag and drop questions. Yeah.
Okay. How many hotspot question marking on the graph?
None,
Okay.
none, no hotspot. But now I have the experience of having done the exam twice. So that's the funny thing. Like my first exam, I had a lot. I had like 3 hotspot questions and like 4 drag and drop questions. And it was my first exam was all about people, resources, agile, like heavily based on resource communication with the team and agile. But this one today, I had I had some questions on resources, communication, and how to develop your team, but no hotspot questions, just 2 drag and drop questions.
Now you can consider the previous exam more like a mock.
Yeah, that's true. Like a mock, a preparation mock.
Okay, so this exam was more. How many risk question?
I had like a lot. I think like 6 or 7 risk questions,
About
but
what
very
about
few procurement. Very,
procurement?
very few procurement. I think the
Okay,
procurement was even directed again towards the risk management. Maybe they just put in the vendor to try to confuse you, but not
okay,
really anything about the topic of procurement.
okay, okay. So what about scope, schedule, cost questions?
Okay, I had some questions on cost. So like they just give you something to analyze and no calculation. They just give you the SPI, they give you the CPI and the aptitude to interpret and all that, but no particular questions on calculation. Then scope, I had questions on scope management.
Okay.
I think I had
No,
like 5 or 6 questions on scope management.
no question on critical path, no?
Critical path. Well, there was a question on critical path, but not. They just mentioned like critical path, but not really directed for you to look at the critical path, like how to manage other things because the critical path is being affected. But I had questions on schedule, like when like fast tracking, crashing, schedule compression, and all that.
Okay. Okay. Come, you have done good amount of mocks. So which mocks are more effective in the exam?
I can say the way the questions were structured was uh, was more towards Yasin mock, yeah, either between Yasin and Prepcast. But the answer choices were more towards Prepcast.
So the way we give Yasin mock, my mock, all are important.
All very important.
Okay. Okay. So come, you have given so many things. One final advice in 1 minute. What you would give to all PM?
Uh, just to all the PMP guys, the people preparing for PMP, it's a long journey, but it's taking the first step that is important. So once you decide to take the first step, never stop. Don't even take 2 or 3 days off. Just keep going. And as you keep going, you're going to know to know everything and assimilate more. And also, you also have to do some mocks. Do mocks on your test results do not discourage you. You should get what you should learn from the mocks more is how to tackle the questions where you lack in ideas and how to get the concepts correct, not necessarily if you had it right or wrong.
Thank you, Kam. Guys, this is coming from someone who had no prior PMP experience. He joined us in batch 10, and let me tell you, batch 10 ended less than a month. So this guy cleared PMP in less than a month. In less than a month. If he can do it, you can do it. We have announced for batch 12, and if you want to join, you can join in batch 12, or if you want to join into one-to-one, you are more than welcome. But the key is consistency, consistency, and consistency. Whatever you do, if you want to do it yourself, we have material on YouTube, you can do it yourself. And sorry for my voice, I have blisters on my tongue, so I cannot speak. Thank you, Kam. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you,
Now is
sir.
the now is the real time for party. Now is the time, and
Yeah,
tomorrow is Sunday.
it's all day. I know.
Yeah, tomorrow is off day, so now it's the time to
Yeah.
work more hard. Come, I need two, three things from you. First thing,
Okay.
I am saying this on recorded. Make questions for me. Minimum 10 to 15 questions, exam like question. Not the real exam question that we are not allowed to share. Exam like question.
Okay.
Second thing, and most important, each one teach one. Now this is your job to
Yes.
teach your batchmate to, like I was pushing you. Now you need to push your batchmates so that they're clear.
Okay.
At least take one person, get him certified, the next person. Deepak is doing it, Meena is doing it, Ram is doing it. They are doing fabulous job.
Yeah, I
But
I already started talking with Madia, so we already planned for that.
this is good.
Yeah.
This is good. And finally, party tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, oh,
Thank you, Kam. Thank you very
you
much.
know, when I
Yes,
was just going towards the end, I just wanted to see above target. That was my
yes,
aim.
I
I
know.
just wanted
I
to see
know.
above
I
target in
know.
all.
I push it so much about, like, you are the second guy. You know, Rohit cleared you before. Rohit cleared
Yeah, I
like
saw when I came out of my break, I saw you send message already cleared.
he also cleared with all about target.